snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys! So I am here today to review a short little book that I was sent by Galanx, and that is Of Sand and Malice Made, and it's by Bradley Bolio. This one is a prequel to the 12 Kings book that he's published, so if you've seen me review that before then you'll know that I really enjoyed it. And I'll put my link to the review up in the corner so you can go watch it. This is a prequel, so you don't need to have read 12 Kings to enjoy this, but it does follow the same main character that 12 Kings does, so if you enjoy this you may then want to go and pick up 12 Kings. I actually really enjoyed this. It's super fun, super quick to get through, and a very easy, light story. I do think it doesn't have as much development as 12 Kings, but 12 Kings is a full-length novel. This is a pretty short one. 12 Kings has more room to kind of expand on things. For a short little story that is told in 3 parts and follows our main character, I definitely like this, and I do think it's a story that you can see evolving as you go through. Like I say, this is told in 3 parts, so we follow our main character of Cheda as she is in the fighting pits, and she's a young girl and she's growing up and she's living life and she's trying to just make money and make ends meet. And as she's doing that, she kind of takes on a few jobs on the side to try and get a bit of extra money. And when she's doing that, one of her errands, she has to deliver a package and it's stolen by a local thief, so she starts off this story going and beating him up because you don't mess with a pit fighter, not that he knows she is, and because she just doesn't like him, and that young boy is called Braga, who she goes and tries to beat up. As the story goes on, we see a bit more about Cheda's lifestyle, we see more about her and the magic of this world and how she interacts with it because she has always had magic in her life because of her mother. You learn more about this in 12 Kings, so I don't want to go into it too much, but magic is definitely something that's very under the cusp in this world, but exists a lot. Not too many people openly seem to use it, but it's definitely there and it's definitely present and it's always something that people have on their mind. And we have these magical petals in this world that kind of heighten your senses. They're kind of like drugs essentially, and they just basically make you hyper aware. And Cheda uses those in some of the scenes within this book, and particularly in 12 Kings, to do some really cool things and to help her out, so I really enjoy that element. We also have some really crazy mythical creatures, magical demon-like creatures in this world, and one of those takes a liking to Cheda, and from that point on her life is not going to be the same because it's definitely not what you want to have a kind of demon creature thing after you, and she definitely suffers for it. She has to go through a lot to try and stop this creature from getting her, and it does end up doing some horrible things to some people she cares about, so she has to go through a fair amount of trial to get through it all. And seeing her adventures and seeing the way she handled it, I really enjoyed, because you can definitely see from this book the foundations of the character that she grows into and becomes in book 1, which is 12 Kings. Like I say, let's consider this point 5 because it's a prequel. One other really cool thing about this particular book is not only is the cover absolutely stunning, but inside the book it's divided into the 3 parts. We have a map at the very start of the book, 2 maps because this is the city of Sharakai where she lives, and then at the start of each of the sections we have a really cool image. So this is the first image for part 1, this is the image for part 2, and the final image for part 3, and they're all really nice black and white images. I definitely like this. I think it's a really fun little read, super quick to get through. I mean, I got this maybe 3 days ago in the post and I've already read it just because I was commuting and I was reading it on the train, so it is a super quick read when you sit down and have the time. I definitely would recommend it. I think if you like 12 Kings, you'll probably like this. It is shorter and sweeter, but it definitely has the same vibe of Cheda, the awesome main character. So I ended up giving this a 3.5 overall, just because it was that little bit shorter and wasn't quite as developed as 12 Kings, but I really enjoyed this and I would hugely recommend checking it out if you enjoy 12 Kings, or if you just want to try out some of Bradley Bolio, because this is a really fun starting point with him too. I would love to hear if you guys are going to be picking this up. I believe it comes out on the 8th of September. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you Galanx for sending this to me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me.